Have you ever wondered what the real cost of conflict is? Beyond the numbers and statistics, there lies a darker, more personal horror that many victims of war face: sexual violence. Our story begins on October 7th, 2023, a date now etched in the annals of history due to the horrifying events that unfolded. The terrorist group, Hamas, launched an attack on Israel, an event that would unearth a chilling pattern of sexual violence. As reported by the New York Times, women and girls were victims of sexual assaults or mutilations in at least 7 locations. The evidence? Over 150 interviews, video footage, photos, and GPS data. Less than a month later, on November 26th, UN Women called for a thorough investigation into these reports of gender-based violence. Disturbing accounts of torture, rape, and abuse perpetrated by Hamas fighters against Israeli civilians came to light. The head of UN Women, Sima Bahous, at the UN headquarters, highlighted how women and girls are disproportionately affected by conflicts. She expressed deep concern over these reports and called for a commitment to peace and the rights of both Israeli and Palestinian women. Fast forward to early December, and the world's leaders were beginning to respond. On December 5th, President Joe Biden called for a global condemnation of Hamas's use of sexual violence. He cited survivor and witness accounts, stating that Hamas repeatedly raped women and girls and mutilated their bodies while they were still alive. The New York Times conducted a 2-month investigation, revealing a pattern of sexual violence against women during the attacks. At least 7 locations were identified where Israeli women and girls were sexually assaulted or mutilated. Witnesses, medical personnel, soldiers, and rape counselors were interviewed, providing a comprehensive picture of the widespread gender-based violence. The toll of these events is not just physical, but psychological. Survivors of sexual assault have been identified, but their trauma makes it difficult for them to speak publicly. Families are left searching for answers, as the lack of autopsies and hasty burials leave a gaping hole in the search for justice. While the world watches and condemns, it's important to remember that condemnation alone is not enough. We need to actively support organizations working to help the victims of these atrocities. We need to raise awareness about the issue of sexual violence in conflict zones, not just when it's in the headlines, but every day. Because every day, somewhere in the world, there may be another October 7th waiting to happen. Let's not wait for it to happen. Let's work to prevent it.